Welcome to Old Fox Racing PS4 Season 2, Round 1. We are at the Red Bull Ring National Circuit. It's not the one on the screen, it's the shorter version. And our car today is the Mitsubishi Lancer, a road car to start the season in what promises to be an outstanding season of racing with all the old folks back and re-energized. After a very challenging off-season, they are back into contention for the championship, and the Allens have done it again. They are on the front row, Kev Allen and Simon Allen, followed by Darren Head, Diogo Silva, Chris Russell and Stuart Brand. Very nice job in the third row. Diogo Almeida and Alonso Afonso in the fourth row, with Scott Nevely, Frankie, Todd Antonio and Jumbo completing the 12-car field, and away they go. And what a start by Kev Allen, the championship winner of last season, just moving away from everyone else into the first corner. Some people running wide there, and you already see 3 wide going into turn 2, with Simon Allen maintaining the second place, Darren Head and Chris Russell, and some problem for Diogo Silva. Diogo Silva has had a poor start and is now in 5th place. He was briefly in 6th. Diogo Almeida was challenging that position, but Diogo Silva has got it back. We have 2 Diogos this season in Old Fox Racing PS4. We are going to try to not confuse everyone by referring them by their full name. And here we are already at the end of the first lap. It's a very short lap here at the Red Bull National Circuit. We've got 20 laps today in this round. And Kev Allen is your leader, followed by Simon Allen, Darren Head, Chris Russell jumped into 4th, 5th is Diogo Silva, 6th Diogo Almeida, Stuart Brand in 7th, Frankie in 8th, 9th is Scott Davely, and 10th is Jumbo with Todd Antonio. And a problem has happened with Alonso Afonso. Alonso Afonso was, I think, 8th or 9th, or even, I think he was even he qualified better than that, and I think he's got some sort of problem because he's dead last at the moment. But of course he still has 19 laps to recover some positions here at the Old Fox Racing opening round, as we follow Stuart Brand, who is in 7th place behind Diogo Almeida in that green car that the Portuguese drivers are using in this round. And Stuart is and Diogo really running wide there. I wonder what the race director is going to think about that. And Kev Allen has spun. The leader of the race has spun at the end of the second lap, and Darren Head has also overtaken Simon Allen and gone into the lead. What a change here! What drama to start the season here at the Red Bull National. And here Diogo Almeida taps Stuart Brand into a spin. No, he avoids the spin. And now they're side by side for position. Oh, and they tangle again, and they are off. No, Stuart is off. That was a little bit cheeky over there between Diogo Almeida and Stuart Brand. I cannot decide what to think about it, but they certainly were too often in the same piece of real estate. They were betting a little bit too hard for the third lap of a 20-lap race, and Stuart in 8th place got the worst out of it. Diogo continues to be in 5th place and running wide again. He's running wide again, and the race director is not gonna like that. Very unforgiving race director here at the Red Bull Ring. It's so easy to run wide in turn 1. It's so easy to run wide in the last corner. Here comes now Frankie on Diogo Almeida on the inside of turn 1. He's got the job done. Let's see if everyone can break in time, and they can. So Frankie moving up the ladder here at the Red Bull Ring National. He's now in 5th place. Diogo Almeida in 6th. Scott Davely in 7th. Here he is in front of Stuart Brand in the red car, and he is trying to get around Diogo Almeida as well. Let's see. Oh, and he taps him in the back. I wonder what the race director is going to think about that. Scott Davely with very NASCAR-like tactics here at the Red Bull Ring. We are in Europe, my friend. These things are not allowed, and Diogo Almeida is now dropped to 9th place, and Stuart Brand running wide again. And of course we don't have the information on penalties, bizarrely, because the game does not put them in the leaderboard. And now Simon Allen has had a problem. He's lost the lead to Darren Head. Darren Head actually was in the lead the last time I checked, but he must have lost the lead and now recovered it again. It's a yo-yo of leaders. We already had Kev Allen, then we had Darren Head, then we had Simon Allen, and now we have Darren Head again, and we are only on lap 5, and this is Old Fox Racing Season 2 PS4 at its best with battles throughout the field. And Simon Allen also lost second place to Chris Russell, so now Darren Head and Chris Russell are the leaders of this race. What a turnaround here at the Red Bull Ring. These two drivers that have of course impressed very much at the back end of last season, Darren Head especially, but also Chris Russell. They are not, well, Darren Head hasn't won a race, but he was very close a number of times. He certainly won a few races in the off-season. Chris Russell, of course, he's already a race winner in Old Fox Racing PS4, and now they are first and second with the Allens that dominated qualifying, now in third place. And where is Kevin Allen? Kevin Allen is already up to 7th place. So, and Chris Russell now taking a shortcut there at the, in effectively what is turn number 2 in this short circuit. A very, very tricky corner because very, very tricky to get the braking point right. You either brake too early and you lose speed, or you brake too late and you are just drifting through the corner, which may or may not be. And here's Kev Allen. Kev Allen is, whoa, Kev Allen, and I think Todd has spun. Todd has spun, and Sick has collected someone else. That was Alonso Fonso. No, that was, what has happened here? Because all of a sudden Stuart Brand has lost time and is shown in 11th place. And Kev Allen is in 10th. I wonder really what went on here, as Kev Allen was battling with someone who I thought was Todd Antonio. They seem to have lost time, both of them. And Stuart Brand, we didn't quite see what has happened to him, but my goodness, someone is running wide big time over there. I think it was Frankie. Yes, it was. Frankie is most likely gonna get the penalty for that. And here comes now Jambo on. Oh dear, Jambo has been hit from behind by, I believe, Alonso Fonso. Alonso Fonso has hit Jambo on the back, and certainly Jambo didn't want to lose that much time, but it's very, very tricky once you leave the track here with this type of car to get it back. Here comes now Kev Allen on Chris Russell. This is for second place in turn 1, and I think he's got the job done. Simon Allen on the inside. No, he's not got the job done. He's not got the job done, but Chris has actually run wide, and he's gonna get the penalty. Surely he will have to slow down. Everything is happening at the same time in this race, but still we've got Darren Head is leading, and he's actually increasing his lead because Chris Russell and Simon Allen are entangled in this titanic battle. Here comes Simon Allen, and he really almost went through the car of Chris Russell, but he has no possibility right here to overtake. Oh no, dear! Oh, Chris Russell has turned left where he should have turned right. What has happened to Chris Russell? Chris Russell has lost a lot of time, and oh dear, he has lost, well, apparently he hasn't lost that many positions, as cars really all on top of one another. He is Kev Allen on Scott Davely. I think there was a little bit of a left tap there. No, Kev Allen on the outside in the run up to turn 1. Kev Allen is he's got the job done. Yes, he has. He's got the job done. He's up to 6th place now. Frankie is in 5th. What a battle between these midfield drivers, with pretty much Frankie, Kev Allen there in the middle, Scott Davely, Alonso Fonso has been last, and now he's in 8th place. Diogo Almeida has been in 6th at the beginning of this race. Here comes now Kev Allen on the outside of Frankie, and Kev Allen goes into the grass and loses time. And here comes Scott Davely in the red car. He comes here to try to take the position again from Kev Allen. Will he manage to do that? I think he's got the job done. And here on board with Kev Allen now at the last section of corners. Here comes, whoa, that I was expecting Scott Davely to go there. It was Alonso Fonso, I think, who was overtaking both of them. And this is just complete madness here at the Red Bull Ring National Circuit with the Mitsubishi Lancer. This is what we are expecting. Door to door. racing wheel to wheel, and here comes now Scott Davely. Kev Allen has managed to gain 6th place. Here comes now Alonso Fonso on Scott Davely. I think he's got the job done as Kev Allen continues to work on Frankie, who is defending very well his 5th place now. Is Kev Allen on the outside of turn 2? Would this work? Would this work? I think it's gonna work because he's now into the S's. He's got the inside line, and Kev Allen has got the job done and he's in 5th place. He's got 5th place, and I think now Kev Allen can run away from this pack because he's got the superior pace. It's very difficult to apply superior pace when you are in the middle of a battle with 4 or 5 cars, but now Kev Allen is in clear air and he should be able to run away. Let's see if he manages to do that. Everyone is running wide there. That was Alonso Fonso and Scott Davely. Both of them may or may not be targeted by the race director as they continue to be in 6th and 7th and 8th place. Diogo Almeida has lost a bit of time, a bit of momentum since the race started. He's now in 9th. Jambo is in 10th. Remember, he got hit from behind by another driver. Stuart Brand has lost time for no reason. Todd Antonio is currently 12th. Of course, this season we don't have the problem of only the first 10 finishers being awarded points. We are running a new point system this season based on the IndyCar point system, so there's pretty much points for everyone. We may even have 16 drivers. We hope to get 16 drivers for the next round, and all of them will score points, and that's quite adequate because in a race like this you basically make a mistake and you are at the back of the field, as people like Stuart Brand have found out. He was already in the top 5 of this race. Now he's sitting in the 11th place. Other drivers, Diogo Almeida has been in 6th and now is in 9th, and people like Kev Allen have been last and they're now sitting in 5th place. At the front, we haven't talked too much about the leaders. Darren Head continues to lead. Oh, here is Frankie running wide again. I wonder what the race director is going to think about all of this, as we are already on lap 12. This race is going on quite quickly. 20 laps today, as it's a very, very short circuit. As you can see, the times are under a minute. At the moment, Kev Allen is the fastest driver on track, the only driver in the 56 second, 56.9. Then we've got Simon Allen 57.1, Diogo Silva 57.1 as well. And leader Darren Head a little bit slower, 57.5, and now Simon Allen is closing the gap. It was 1.8 seconds, it's now 1.4 seconds. I wonder if the battle for the lead is not over yet, as we still have 9 laps to go. We follow Alonso Fonso, a newcomer to this series here in the PS4 Old Folks Racing. He's already done a few races in the off season. He's done very well. He's now in 7th place and now actually in pursuit of Frankie, who is losing a little bit of momentum as the race now gets past its midpoint, and we are going to see here a battle for 6th places. I think Alonso Fonso is quicker than Frankie. He just needs to find a way past, and it's not easy over here because sometimes the car behind just has a little bit more momentum, but it's just a little bit difficult because they reach the top speed quite quickly. So they are now both at the top speed, and you can see that they're not really side by side. Here comes Alonso Fonso trying to be the last of the late breakers, and he's done it. Although he's not done it, he runs wide, and Frankie, in a more disciplined approach to that corner, manages to get the position back. Everyone running wide. You can run wide in the green area, so no penalties for the drivers that you just saw on the screen, although a few of them may already have penalties. We can't quite figure that one out because the leaderboard does not show that, so we'll try to make sense of it at the end by looking at the number of seconds that has been added to each driver's times. Simon Allen is now under a second in 2nd place, and he's seeing Darren Head, and he's sensing, feeling that win, that win is possible. He just needs to find a way past Darren Head, and that's not very, very easy. Here they are in turn 1, very tricky braking point. You need to run wide, but not too wide. You cannot touch that light green because you'll be sued by the race director if you do that, and you lose your license forever and ever. You get points on your license, as this is a race, a road legal car. You are actually here. People are driving also to keep their licenses here at the Red Bull Ring National. Simon Allen is now 7/10 of a second behind Darren Head. I think he's just studying the way Darren is studying and analyzing the way Darren is driving around this Red Bull Ring and trying to find really what's the best spot for an attack. And really it's not easy, because making a clean overtake in these cars is not that easy, because their top speed is basically the same. So you really need to brake late. On the other hand, these are not the strongest brakes ever in a race car. So if you brake late, you are basically out-braking yourself, and it's so easy to just run wide and get a penalty. So Simon Allen is analyzing where to attack, as we now see Kev Allen, who has been making a steady recovery from last after that spin on lap 2. He's now found Chris Russell. Chris has lost a little bit of touch with the top three, with Darren Head, Simon Allen, and also Diogo Silva, who has had a quiet race in third spot. He's not too far behind the leaders. He's 3 seconds. Here comes Kev Allen now on Chris Russell, and that was a nice overtake. I think he's got the job done, because he's now got the inside line for the last section of 2 corners. And yes, he completes the pass even before the breaking point, so that was a nice one for Kev Allen, recovering to fourth. Can he recover to third? We already in lap 16. That's a bit tricky, because he's around 12 seconds behind Diogo Silva. I think for 5 laps that's probably a little bit too much. Here comes Alonso Afonso now on Frankie. We were watching this battle a couple of laps ago, and now Alonso Afonso has got better momentum out of the last corner into the beginning of lap 17. He's side by side with Frankie. I believe Frankie is still there, or has he completed the pass into turn 1? Who can brake late? No, I think Frankie is going to get the job done. No, Alonso Afonso on the outside completes the pass. That was nice. That was very nice, because I think he ran wide without incurring a penalty. So nice job there from Alonso Afonso, the Portuguese driver, one of the 3 Portuguese in this series now, as Portugal now can challenge Yorkshire to the Constructors' Championship, or the Geographical Championship, whatever we want to call it. With 3 drivers, that's going to be easier than last year, when they only had Diogo Silva defending the green and red colors of Portugal. Now we've got Diogo Almeida, Alonso Afonso and Diogo Silva, and they are doing pretty well, because Diogo Silva is in third, Alonso Afonso is in 6th, and Diogo Almeida continues to be in 9th, but he's not far behind Scott Davely, who himself is not far behind Frankie. So there is still a battle there in the midfield, as we actually the producer has probably read our thoughts, as he has moved now into Diogo Almeida's onboard camera as he approaches turn 1, and you can see there the red car, the red Mitsubishi Lancer of Scott Davely is in front of him, as they both run a little bit wide, and I think Diogo ran a little bit too wide there. I think the race director will want him to slow down or get another second penalty. Jambo continues to be in 10th, and Stuart Brand and Todd Antonio round off the final positions here at the Red Bull Ring. We are on lap 18. Darren Head has now found some pace, or has he? Because he's I thought I saw that he had a bit more than a second, but all of a sudden that has gone down to just 7/10 of a second, and it was momentarily 5/10 of a second. Now it is 5/10 of a second again. So we definitely have a battle for the lead that we should actually be watching right now, Mr. Producer, as opposed to watching this battle for 8th place, which is very interesting. But what is happening with the leaders? It's just 4/10 of a second, 36 hundredths of a second now, as we have a real battle up front, as Diogo Almeida continues to try to find a way past Scott Davely. This is the battle for 8th place, as we are now in the late stages of this race number 1. Of course, this will be followed as usual by race number 2 in exactly the same format as we had last year. That has not changed. There is a different combo every week. There is a time trial, and also 2 races for PS4 there on Friday night. And around 20 to 25 minutes each race. It's around 20 minutes here, because the lap is around a minute, as I think Diogo Almeida is running a little bit out of time now to complete the pass on Scott Davely. Scott seems to have found some pace, and I think Diogo is too far behind now to make a move, as they are already entering the last lap. And Darren Head is going to score the first victory of his career in Old Folks Race. Oh! and that was, Frankie has gone off in turn 1 and collected Scott Davely. What a surprise this was. Frankie has run wide. We've seen him do that before, but not with such severe consequences as Darren Head has won. Darren Head has won. Simon Allen in second place, Diogo Silva in third. Simon Allen is going to be fourth, and here comes Scott Davely and Diogo Almeida, and Jampo amazingly is in seventh place because he managed to pass these three cars in one go, almost in one corner, as they now have reached the final set of corners. And Scott Davely, he's himself under pressure from Stuart Brand, who's making a good move. Here comes Diogo Almeida, Scott Davely, and Jampo. Scott Davely almost, it's a dead heat between Scott Davely and Diogo Almeida. What has happened? Scott Davely has done it because, or did he? Yes, so Scott Davely has got 8th place. Here is the confirmation of the result. Darren Head, Simon Allen, Diogo Silva, your podium. Gaff Allen, good recovery. Chris Russell, good race. Alonso Fontes, good race. Great job from Jampo there, recovering to 7th, followed by Scott Davely. Diogo Almeida, Stuart Brand. Frankie lost his position in last lap, and Todd Antonio. Join us soon for race 2.